I would welcome that if they all want to be there. Let's do that. I just think.
Man, I'm glad to make comments. I'm glad to be part of it.
Hey, so can we get all the Henrico and Chesterfield elected officials to come forward, as well as Joe Casey? Hey, we're just gonna stand around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with it. You have us on each side of you? You have us on each side of you?
Yeah.
Much like you guys.
So Perry, so let's do Henrico over here, Chesterfield over here.
Okay. Yeah. So should we be over anywhere? Anywhere.
And then, yep, and we'll have Jim.
I mentioned you guys.
Let me know when you're ready. I think being on the worst quarter.
You guys good? Oh, wait a minute. Mark.
It's cold, right?
Yeah, a year or so. Yeah.
Well, no one's there, right? No one's not. Well, I think there'll only be more.
Yeah, it's terrific here.
Can I get Catherine and Jennifer and Brian and Martha and Danielle up here too? The whole region. There we go. Did I miss anybody? Come on up, Danielle. There we go.
Right here? All right.
Testing. Great. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Richmond International Airport. We're delighted to host today's press conference against the backdrop of our upper level ramp. This upper level represents both the strength of the region and the gateway which provides access to the world. The fact that we're here in a terminal is no mistake. It shows that the airport and this community are all about connection, growth, and progress. We're honored to celebrate Henrico's recognition today and proud of the partnership with all jurisdictions that comprise the Commission, which are the City of Richmond, the counties of Chesterfield, Hanover, and Henrico. I would like to thank Henrico County leadership who will be sharing today's exciting news. And with that, I'd like to welcome the Henrico County Manager, John Vithoulkas, to the podium.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you for hosting us today, and thank you all for being here. You know, I want to thank our board chair and Brooklyn District Supervisor, Mr. Dan Schmidt, as well as Vice Chair Roscoe Cooper, and Mr. Reverend Nelson, and Jody Rogish from the Tuckahoe District. Misty Roundtree was unable to join us today. She is in court, but is with us in spirit. I'm also, and if you're seeing, you know, a number of folks from the region here, that is entirely intentional. We have Catherine O'Donnell from Richmond Region Tourism and Danielle Fitzhugh from that same organization, Jennifer Wakefield of the Greater Richmond Partnership, Brian Anderson of Chamber RVA, and Martha Schickel of Plan RVA. And our special guests also celebrating with us today are Jim Engel from Chesterfield County, Mark Miller, both board members, Jim being the chair, and my good friend Joe Casey, the administrator of Chesterfield County. And we are here. I'm not going to give it away, but if there was a word that would emphasize what we are doing, it would sound something like Quadzilla, and RVA being the Quadzilla region. So we are here at Richmond Airport, the gateway to the region that Perry noted. Our great location here in Central Virginia attracts nearly 4 million friends, family members, and business people traveling to and from a 2-hour radius. Now, that doesn't include the cargo that goes through this facility because goods are shipped out of this area and can reach half of the U.S. population within 24 hours. Many of us, our families, fly in and out of RIC on commercial planes every year. We're tourists in other cities and countries around the globe, and in return, we in RVA welcome visitors to the greater Richmond region. It's a hub of activity and history, business visitors, tourists, and those who are here for our growing sports tourism offerings. People may be here to float down the James River. They might be with us. They might be with family to attend an event at River City Sports Complex off of 288. Maybe a visitor is heading in the opposite direction to the Henrico Sports and Event Center. It matters not why the person is visiting, but rather that they are here in our great Commonwealth, and it all starts with a visit to RVA. Today, I'm thrilled to share Henrico's news that the leadership of our strong, visionary Board of Supervisors, coupled with an extensive track record of conservative budgeting and wisely managing expenses, has led to another national recognition. Our partners and friends here today value our county's outstanding fiscal stewardship, our large and dynamic economy, our sound, consistent operating performance, our investments in people and infrastructure to support change in our community, our resilience, particularly during economic downturns, and this has taken years of consistency in planning and financial execution. And here, I want to pause, because in addition to recognizing the success of our friends in Chesterfield County, I also want to recognize the excellence of our staff that has really brought this recognition forward. I want to recognize Ms. Sheila Miner of our Finance Department for her continuous hard work and dedication. And if you all would, we've got a number of finance folks here. Would you give them a round of applause? Because we do. Our county receives well-deserved praise for our fiscal prudence and responsible management. Sheila and her team are the ones that monitor these issues daily and week to week. They work closely with the Board of Supervisors and staff from all agencies to provide the absolute best financial stewardship for our county and our taxpayers. So now, to explain Quadzilla, I'd like to ask our chairman of the board, Mr. Dan Schmidt, to come forward. Dan?
Thank you, sir. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you all making time to be here. Thank you, John, and again, welcome to all of our guests here today. As the county manager said, I'd like to just take a moment and for the record, and for those of you tuning in, there are 6 local elected officials here for this. This reverberates around the region. We saw what our friends in Chesterfield did here in Henrico. We're proud of this announcement today. Our regional leaders are here. Thank you all for being here today to join us for this announcement. I also want to thank our friends from Richmond International Airport. I understand there was a commission meeting this morning and some really good news shared on numbers again for this airport. It's always good to hear those news from our regional leaders. At our board meeting in Henrico just 2 weeks ago, my colleagues and I approved a resolution that might have flown under the radar. Yes, pun intended there. When we authorized the sale of about $90 million of general obligation bonds. The upcoming sale of these bonds will be used to fund a variety of projects for our schools, our parks, and our public facilities. Henrico residents voted overwhelmingly in 2022 during the bond referendum to enable our county to pay for these projects through a bond sale. I think we're all aware that for many years, Henrico has used general obligation bond sales to fund a great number of capital projects. That is not news. Since 1998, Henrico's sterling AAA bond rating has allowed our county to get the lowest possible interest rates for these bonds, which has translated into less debt for the county and millions of dollars in savings for our taxpayers. Again, not news. This upcoming bond sale will be news, however. It will herald Henrico's first bond sale with a quadruple AAA bond rating. AAA rating. Just in the past few days, our finance department, as you heard the county manager mention, received the exciting news that a fourth major agency, Kroll, has awarded Henrico a AAA rating. Kroll now joins S&P, Moody's, and Fitch in recognizing Henrico's long-standing excellence in fiscal stewardship, financial performance, and financial management. It's also a recognition of our diverse, durable, and thriving local economy, which I will add is a local, thriving, regional local economy. And there you see the reverberations across all of our regional partners. Now, I'll be the first to acknowledge that a quadruple AAA bond rating doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. I love the Quadzilla reference. And at first glance, it may not get everybody's pulse racing when you're talking about bond ratings. But it has real-world impacts for our residents and our businesses. For comparison, think of it as an individual who achieves a credit rating of 850. It makes that person's financial life smoother, easier to borrow money, and they get the very best rates on the market. Likewise, Henrico will receive the best possible interest rates when it goes to the bond market. And again, that means millions of dollars in savings for our taxpayers. With apologies and noted pun intended here to our Richmond International Airport folks, again, I will say that this recognition puts both Chesterfield and Henrico in rarefied air. We are just the third county in the nation to receive a quadruple AAA rating. Our friends from across the river in Chesterfield were the second, and I'd like to take a moment to again recognize their chair, Jim Engel, and Mark Miller, their elected officials, their county administrator, Joe Casey, for being here, and thank you all for making the time to join us here today. Thank you. Folks, it goes without saying that having two of the nation's 3 counties with quadruple AAA rating here in Central Virginia is a good thing. It showcases our region, it showcases our residents and our businesses, and it shows that Central Virginia is leading the way nationally and in our state, much to your comments this morning, Mr. Anderson, with regard to the chamber work. It's easier to get, for context, folks, there are 95 counties in Virginia and more than 3,000 counties nationwide, and to have 3 is certainly rarefied air. It is easier for a general to get a 4th star than for a local government to get a quadruple AAA rating. So, Mr. Engel, Mr. Chair, kudos to your board and everyone in Chesterfield, Mr. Casey, and for the good work that you and your residents are doing as we celebrate Henrico's announcement today. This recognition, folks, underscores Henrico's implicit understanding that enduring fiscal excellence takes years to obtain. For decades, Henrico has benefited from outstanding management and fiscal prudence, extending not only from our elected officials to our executive leadership to the frontline staff and department workers in the general government. Our steadfast commitment to these practices enables this county to offer the best possible services, facilities, and quality of life for our residents, our businesses, visitors, and taxpayers, all delivered on one of the lowest tax burdens in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Folks, in closing, this announcement is a product of many things. Not only my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, not only our county manager, not only for county government staff, but our public safety officials who work diligently every day, our Economic Development Authority for the great work they've done to sustain our business community, our staff across all departments of government and schools. This is a product of Henrico's determination to put people first and do the people's business correctly. The residents and businesses that call Henrico County home can be confident that they live and work in one of the very best managed localities in the country, as well as our friends south of the river, as we call this the very best managed locality and region in the country. Folks, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate all your time. Of course, if anybody has any questions, we'll be here to assist. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.